Welcome back to the upper tier, everybody. The football podcast we bring you each and every day out there on YouTube. If you could head out there, smash that subscribe and bell notification button to support the channel, we'd really appreciate it. Thought I'd jump on with another short show. Um, this one about Kylian Mbappe. The news today that's been confirmed that he has re-signed with PSG. Just going down through some of the quotes here, and the deal is worth. It's a 3-year contract, wages of around £1 million a week. £1 million a week. Like where is football going? Like as football fans, where is football going? I mean, this is a dark day for football today. A really, really dark day. And I've spoken on previous podcasts about my concern about where the valuation of football is going, the greed, the power, you know, all the stuff that's going on, and it's all wrapped up in a ball. Signing on fee in the region of 100 million. So he's getting £100 million to re-sign. Concession over image rights, concessions. And then there's bonuses for goals, Ballon d'Or honours, and Champions League success. And on top of that, we're hearing today that he's going to have an input at a board level in terms of managers, in terms of directors of football, in terms of all this. This is a very, very, very dark day for football. And any fan out there who's a real football fan who thinks this is a good thing is wrong. This is a very bad thing. Um, there's been obviously a backlash from Real Madrid because they've been obviously working with the player, probably at this stage for the guts of a year, in trying to sign him. Now, let's not get this out on the table. First of all, let's not disrespect the player. The player is a fabulous player. He's a world-class player. He's a generational player. You know, he's potentially the next Lionel. He's the next Lionel Messi. He's the next wave of that brilliant world-class footballer. Okay, so let's get that out there. The admiration for Kylian Mbappe, the footballer, is without doubt on this podcast. Um, and at times he's been linked with my own club, Liverpool, and I've been excited at times about it without never really believing that it would happen because between wage structures and all that kind of stuff, that guy would never end up at Liverpool. But it's ruffled a lot of feathers, and Real Madrid feel like they've been sold down the river, really, in terms of they feel now they've been used to generate a bigger deal at PSG to keep him there. And PSG obviously felt like they needed to keep him there, but has called the deal into question on so many levels. And one of those levels is, I just want to bring it up here. The quote that has come in, um, a statement from La Liga. They've turned around and said, it is scandalous that a club like PSG, which last season reported losses of more than 220 million after accumulating losses of more than 700 million in prior seasons, while reporting sponsorship income at a doubtful valuation, with a cost of sports staff around 650 million for the 21-22 season, can face an arrangement of these characteristics. So a deal of this size and magnitude, um, while those clubs that could accept the arrival of a player without seeing their wage bill compromised are left without being able to sign him. Now, obviously, Real Madrid are very hurt by this, because they felt like they had their man. Like Haaland is going to Man City, so they felt Mbappe was the guy that was coming to them, and this was going to be their marquee signing. This is going to be the next launch of the Galacticos and all this kind of stuff, and he certainly fits into that litmus test without a shadow of a doubt. But it's really pushed La Liga now because obviously a player of that magnitude coming into the league, not only the benefit to Real Madrid, but the benefit overall to the league in terms of the image rights and the broadcasting rights and all that kind of stuff. And we know what's happened to La Liga over the last couple of years, with the turmoil that Real Madrid and Barcelona have gone through and the stars that they lost and Messi and stuff like that. And we did episodes, looking at the net effect on La Liga in terms of evaluation when they lose a player like Messi and the brand Messi. And, I'm sure they thought that the brand Mbappe was going to arrive and this was going to be huge for Spanish football, broadcasting rights, the valuation of La Liga, all that kind of stuff. So they've launched an investigation. They've written to UEFA um, and the bodies in the European Union, and they want PSG investigated. They want them audited. They want them investigated. They want to find out, from a sustainability, what's going on here. How can they afford a deal like this, running these losses with this questionable income and all this kind of stuff? And they said that this deal from PSG, endangers European football to the same level as the European Super League. So I don't know what you fans think out there at the moment about this Mbappe deal. I think it's like, it's like nearly what happened nearly with Messi at Barcelona. Too much player control. Like when does this level, like when does it get to a point where we have to step in and put rules around this and make levels in terms of financials and all this kind of stuff? When does it end? Like, how far are we away from the next player that gets paid 2 million a week? You know what I mean? It's just, these numbers are disgusting. They're absolutely disgusting. It's greed of the highest level. And it's poisoning the love of the game. It's poisoning the sport that we love, the football, the fundamentals of football is being destroyed by these deals. And of course, the comment that came out is that, like, PSG won't lose any sleep over La Liga legal action. You know what I mean? So basically, what happened was Real Madrid were taken for a ride by Mbappe's representatives to generate this kind of bidding war between themselves and PSG, to the point where PSG said, right, we're going to have to put so much more on the table here to keep this guy. And PSG couldn't fathom losing him, you know what I mean? Because there's talk about Neymar at the moment, there's talk about other stuff. But the reality is of Mbappe making that choice to stay at PSG. The reality of PSG is, and most football fans know this, they will never get the praise that they should, or the praise that they want, I should say, because of what they achieve, because of the background and the wealth, and kind of the structure of the French league and stuff like that. And it never touches the likes of the Premier League or La Liga. It wouldn't be anywhere even close to it. So for him to stay there, it very much tonight looks like he used Real Madrid as a bargaining chip to get what he wanted out of PSG, to stay there. And it looks like, in terms of his own career and his own career development, that he kind of bottled the move that he should have taken. Because really, to go to Real Madrid and be that guy at Real Madrid, to be that next poster boy for La Liga, to be in there in the fundamental starting of a rebuilding of the Galacticos, to be that next Ronaldo, to be that next Raul, to be that next guy there in that famous white kit, and to not take that opportunity says a lot about the guy as a human being. And I'd be a big fan of Kylian Mbappe, but it's kind of soured me a little bit today in terms of that decision, because I think he did put Real Madrid over a barrel to get what he wanted. But I think where PSG have gone, I think it's just a step way too far. Because when players start having that input, and we've seen it with Messi at Barcelona and how it ended, that club was left in tatters over that guy. And I think this is a dark day for football today. And I think La Liga are right to get PSG investigated. I think they should have been investigated anyway. And I think some sort of an independent body should go in there and actually see this for what it is. And what it is, it's a real dark place. a real dark place for football. I'm sure Kylian Mbappe will sleep very well tonight in terms of his new deal. I think for a player to be paid £1 million a week, I think it's disgusting. I think for a player to be paid £100 million to re-sign for a club, I think it's disgusting. And I think for a player to have an input at a board level in terms of the decision of a director of football or a manager, I think is absolutely outrageous. And I think they're the steps that PSG had to take in order to retain Kylian Mbappe. And what I would say to Real Madrid is, maybe you dodged a bullet there. Maybe it wouldn't have worked out the way you thought. And no doubt you'll come back stronger, and no doubt you'll sign players. I mean, we heard already straight away once this announced that they were talking about going in heavy for a player that we're linked with too many, to name but a few. And of course, we've seen in the past, like we've seen Real Madrid do things like this in the past as well. Their history is not as clear cut as this as well. When people hear that they're complaining about this and they want to launch legal action, people look at that and go, well, we had this in the past potentially with you guys, and also with Barcelona and stuff like that, in terms of that power that they held in football and stuff like that. But I just think this is a different level. I think this is a step way up from that. And I think Madrid are hurting tonight. I think La Liga are hurting tonight. I think they had all but had everything ready to roll out in terms of the Mbappe show rolling into town for the next decade. And I think there was probably deals going on in the background there in terms of the valuation of this. And I'd say La Liga are really hurting now on this, to the point where they've come out and made these statements in terms of legal action and wanting PSG to be investigated. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about this Mbappe deal. For me, it goes against the grain of everything I love about football. I think for a player to tug out for 2 matches and 4 training sessions and get paid £1 million, to me, is absolute. In the world that we live in at the moment with so many other problems, I think it's absolutely disgusting. But again, let us know your thoughts down in the comments. But certainly the player has gone down in my estimation today. Not that he'll care what I think, but the football community has reacted to this, I think, today in the right way, that it's absolutely disgusting what's going on. Until next time, folks, on Twitter at @the_upper_tier. If you want to contact the show, the upper tier podcast @gmail.com. You get audio versions, show Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We're also out there as well. You'll find us there, the upper tier. Till next time, my friends, let us know down in the comments what you think. This is a watershed day for football.